2 minutes have passed. Not really, it was 10 seconds on my end, but maybe you got up and went to the bathroom. You got some nachos. I have no idea. But hopefully it was good. Hopefully it was worth it. Hopefully. Okay, so I will stop dicking around. The only drawback to doing the facial rig is that it seems to screw things up. So what I'm going to do is do a file, save as, JPEG, conference lady, puppet. I'm just going to save a flat version of what her face looks like now to use as reference, and it will make sense in just 1 second. Everything should be exactly how it was. Great. Okay, so we've got our head. We've got our hidden layers. We are going to take our extra little null that we ended up with down here, and I'm going to duplicate it once and then move it up to her face. Oops, don't want to scale it. And I'm gonna put it right on her frickin' nose. Right on that frickin' nose. Frickin' nose. Frickin' nose. So this is null for face. Alright. And this is where everything is going to derive its movement from. I wanna see if her head moves. Okay, her head is not moving. That's good. What I will do is do P on here, over here. We're just gonna go zoom in 1 second. I'm gonna put her this way. I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to I just wanted to have some quick head movement so we can test this out. That's not quick. Okay, so we have imagine this invisible null is going to be all of our, I don't know what you'd call it, power. All of our power. This is our controller. Null for face is terrible. CL. There we go. Conference lady face controller. That's better. Now what we have here is our hair front. Hair's probably not going to really move. Let's start with the eyes. Get our position. And so what we want to do is get the position from this null onto these with a little bit more math. And there's a lot of different ways to do it. I was shown one way, but I'm going to work on doing one way here. Okay, so you can see right there, our thing flew away to some mysterious island, but it really went over here. But if we look at it, we can see that it's doing exactly what this thing is doing over here. But let's do divided by 1.5, and you'll see that it moved again. It's magically moving every time this moves. And I'm going to copy this, paste this on the other eye, and it should end up in a similar spot. Maybe not, I have no idea. But this is where our little, this thing comes into play. Because we lose our reference point of these things. Oh no, okay. So what's going on here is I don't have the ability to move any of this because it's taking this null data these numbers, and then it's offsetting these eye positions based on from this corner to this corner. So this should be about equal to like up here to here or something. Like, it's just stupid After Effects math. So let's try value plus this. Copy this. Paste this here. Here we go. Okay, and now we can actually move these things. And this is not, I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but I am not a super After Effects expression programmer, so I'm bad at this sort of a thing. Oops, and then you always want to, you have to move your layers based on their 0 frame. Okay, so we have our eyes moving, and if you can see, this null is moving just a little bit more. So what we're gonna do with that is we'll use this expression and we'll put it on all these things, but the nose is gonna be exactly in the same spot. So we're like basing it off of her nose tip. But look at that, like we can use this, and then this is where I said we would mask out the nose a little bit. Great. Turn off our mask thing. And if you look, like we kind of have the eyes directing with the nose a little bit. And this is probably too far for this thing to go. We don't want it to go that far, but maybe we do want it, or I do want it to break the plane of the face. Okay, so that's cool to me. That's cool, I don't know. Probably not to anybody else, but whatever. And we're just gonna keep working on pasting these expressions into the appropriate pieces. Okay, pasting the expressions and moving them. Okay, so I will put this here first, and then we will talk about moving them a little bit more. So with this, we have our eyes and our eyebrows on the same level because they're both being divided by the 1.5. So it's taking the number that this is moving and then dividing it by just a little bit so it doesn't move as much. So if we do something like 1.25, it will move the eyebrows, yes, but it should put the eyebrows closer to the movement of the nose, closer to the value of just divided by 1 is the same value. So they'll look like they're in front of the eyes at least, which is what I want. And you can see how they go there. Cool, I'm liking that. And then we have our mouths. We have different expressions for the mouths, but that's okay. They will work really well, and we can just like flip between them or animate the opacity or whatever we need. I'm going to do a closed mouth first. Okay, I'm liking that. And let's even put this on the hair. But let's divide this by 0.1 maybe. You can see on big things like this, it's super important to get this back in alignment. Okay, but now everything should change a little bit. And what would be cool, I'm going to try something with this one, and that is to be able to pull it back. So I'm going to try to divide it by a -1. And I'm not sure if the math will work like this. Nope, it does. So here you can see, let me turn off this crap now. It's not crap, it's very smart. Whoa, we get some breakage here. Let's just RAM preview this. It's not good, but it's also not too bad. I think I want to minimize how much this moves. Maybe I'll put this to 0.35. I mean, we might even be able to change your haircut so it's not as drastic. But look at that. It kind of looks like she's turning her head. Like she's looking this way and then looks toward the camera. That's kind of cool, right? I don't know. To me, it's kind of cool. I want to try, but this breaks it. But that's where we can incorporate some rules on our movement and just not animate the face controller that far down. Okay. Okay, something like that. And now what I want to do is experiment with this head rotation. Let me recenter my view. Whoa, she's typing really fast there. Did you see that? Okay, and this is pretty awesome. The only thing wrong with it is that, like, the motion is stupid. It doesn't make any sense. But her hair is piercing her neck. So we will fix that by pulling the hair and just putting behind the neck. And it's okay if, I think that's fine that if it's like above her shoulder. But look at this. We've got some automatic animation again. I want to try one thing. There's a thing on here called spring. Oh, it's not there anymore. I updated my program. I updated my Duick, and it had a thing that was make something spring, and when you clicked it, you could choose to absorb the inertia, or you could have it just absorb whatever it had. I want to... maybe it's got to be on something. Oh, maybe it's been rewritten. Okay, well, I'll undo that. I'm gonna go ahead and try to drop it on here. Spring. Oh, okay. It's only a positional thing. But I want to try this. This might not even work. Holy shit. It's kind of doing something, but I'm going to undo all this. We won't worry about that. I think this is kind of cool. Let's get this back hair piece to do... we want it to be further away. Let's do this. When she looks up, that's just stupid. I don't know why she looks up. That doesn't even make sense. Okay, I'm liking this more than it was what it was doing before. So on here, I want to make this closer. Ooh, so we'll see if we can go like 0.9. And yes, we will have to move it. Not a problem. It's kind of hard to see with that other image there. Let's turn it off. But that's a quick and dirty way of doing some head parallax. I'm gonna go further in depth with this though, and try to... I would like it if I could get the head to look at this null controller or something like that. Just like another layer of automation going on. But I don't think it's bad where we are right now. What else do I want to do? We want her to blink, which will mean her eyebrows will need to move. And we can do that in a fairly automated way. Okay, you know what's driving me crazy is that the eyes, since they're already drawn at this angle, they shouldn't be the same level of parallax anyway. Is that true, or is that me going crazy? I'm not sure which direction it should go, honestly, so I'm experimenting. But this is pretty good. And you can see there's like a nice moment where these things don't line up perfectly. Yeah, okay, so I think that's better on her eyeball. So her left eyeball and her left eyebrow. And we're just gonna make the number a little bit higher, I think. Okay, and I'm liking this, but one thing that's driving me crazy now is this nose matte thing. So I'm gonna come in here, turn on. Oops, what? Snapshot, I have no idea what that does. I don't even know. I should know. It's been in the program forever and I don't use it. I'm bad. A terrible After Effects artist. G. G. Okay, now we'll just go forward a little bit. Turn off this. Turn off this. Okay, what else are we seeing? We're seeing that the nose could go over the eyeball. That might be cool. The nose goes over the eyes. But it doesn't take much to like break up that space and start activating it with some three dimensionality or something. The mouth is a little bit driving me crazy. And you know what I should do is just turn on both the mouths and then like link this to this and turn off the expression. But you can see there's a lot of like finessing that needs to happen with this method. because we don't know exactly where the... Holy crap. Where the pieces go. It's a lot of trial and error. And pretty much anytime these numbers are not the same as each other, you'll see some parallax differences. We didn't really run into any problems. I guess I'll show you on this. Let's fill this eyebrow so it's red, and you can see that it goes outside the shape of the head, which is fine. It's the same color, so it doesn't really matter too much. But what I want to do is show you how to duplicate the head, put the head above the left eyebrow, and then you use just an alpha matte, and then you can get, like, you know, this perfectly controlled thing where there's no outside congruency going on. I don't know what you'd want to call that. I personally don't mind that too much. But if there was ever a piece that was overlapping you didn't want it to, like ears, if you wanted to hide the ears behind the head turning, or the nose if it went to a certain point, that would be a good way to do it. So I don't want this on this one, but on other ones we will probably use it. Because you can see right here that it's like so much the same color, it doesn't matter. You see it here a little bit, but I think it also helps to sell the expression in which he's blinking and stuff. It'll make sense. So in the future, what I want to do is figure out how to come onto like our face rig. We would animate an eye blink, and then we'd be able to like drop marker points, and then wherever the marker points are, it would play the animation of the eyes blinking and then come back to the normal position. But I don't quite have the time to figure that out. And I'm pretty happy with like the advancements we've made just with the character rigging and having some facial parallax. And I'm going to call those like 2 techniques that are really hitting a lot of the marks that I wanted for this project. So what else do we want to do here? We can check out... We can stretch some limbs. We can rest elbows. No. We can... What's this auto stretch feature? It's automatically shrink limbs. I don't know what that is. I assume it's so it can like calculate some sort of maybe volume estimates or something like that. This elbow's a little soft, but I'm gonna just live with it for now and be happy that I got this far today. So this is our reference layer. We'll have this here. Look at this. We can have her do so much stuff. Alright, I'm gonna call this Conference Lady front 3/4 pieces. I'm gonna call this done. Save and be done. So really we should start animating some of these things a little bit more than these test animations, but we have rigged up a character with some feet, arms, legs, hips, a skirt that deforms somewhat realistically, face parallax, a bunch of stuff. And we'll be doing more, I think, but I don't want these to get too big or too long, so for now I am signing off. Thank you.